He is very outgoing. He's very friendly. He's very, aside from being goofy, he's like really funny. Like he says really appropriately funny things. We've always called him Tenacious E. He's always been very tenacious. She's like, Mommy, are you sad? Are you crying? And I said, yeah, Mommy's sad.
No, Mom's sad.
Not today. And he said, then Rhett's sad too. And then he started crying. He always knows. He can tell by looking at me if I've been crying. It was a Wednesday, and I was getting him ready for bed and trying to get his pajamas on, and every time
Mommy,
I would move his arm to, get his shirt off, great job, keep going. He would scream and cry. He's in pain. He was holding his arm and kissing it, saying, I'm so sorry. The next morning, he was still protecting it and still kissing it and saying, I'm sorry. So at this point, we know that there's something wrong, right? So I called his pediatrician. We call him, and he says, I'm not going to see anything that an x-ray tech doesn't see. This is what I think. I think he might have an infection, and he'll need, you might need to bring him into the hospital over the weekend just to get IV antibiotics to clear it out, and then we can go from there. 1 o'clock, and I got a call. He said, Melinda, it's Dr. Hatchell. And I was like, okay, hi, how's it going? And he said, I'm so sorry, to do this over the phone. But Rhett has leukemia. It was a lot. It was very hard on him. He stopped walking. And they kept telling me, you have to get him up and you have to get him walking around. And I kept trying, and I would think to myself, my child never needs to be told to get up and walk around. Like if he's not walking around, he can't walk around. And then we had a little jungle gym put in the basement, so that really helped him with his strength and being able to fully walk. So it was, and those 1% of people experience these side effects. That's what he got. All of those. It was all the really strange, this never happens. So during delayed intensification, he was walking and active and didn't want to be sitting in his bed. So the team would come for rounds in the morning, and he would sneak up between their legs. He would run out of the unit. He would go onto the elevator. There were times when doctors would come walking in, holding him in their arms, carrying him. But he had a lot of mucositis during that time too. And so that's the soreness, in the back of your throat, back of your mouth. And he would just, for days on end, his sleep pattern was totally off because he couldn't sleep. And he would just, and he didn't want to swallow, so he would just sit like this so that nothing would form in his mouth, and he would just close his eyes. And I would sit there for days, and he would say, no music, no lights, no TV, no noise. I couldn't look at him. He wasn't eating. I just had to sit there silently and without moving for days. He completed treatment. It was April 20th of 23, which was 8 days before his 7th birthday. Soars through everything, and it's never he's never oh Mom, I'm sick, or I can't go to school. He was exhausted, but he never complained. Yep. He never once ever complained. I think that was the best part of strength about him. I still hope that he lives an independent life by himself or with roommates or his brother, and that I hope he drives, and I hope he has a job that he loves. Do you have an Owie? Owie, my toe. Do you need a mooch?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, this one?
I can tickle.
Are you okay?
I'm tickled.
You're tickled?
Yeah.